I'm
Buying
not sure as well,
seized
but
assets
remember
on Lobster.
there's 2,000 companies assets seized, right?
I
So
heard you talk about that. I'd love to hear you talk more about that too.
yeah, so on Lobster you can just type in basically any index exchange, and you can see what companies from that particular country. That's sort of how they did them. And then they have things like monopolies, they have watches, they have wine, they have art, they have and they're all different segments of industries, and some oligarchs, huge estates where they have just set aside particular exchanges for them of assets being seized under 13818. And so, if you can name the country, the company, it's in there.
It's being handled by Lobster. It's being handled by Lobster with tokens, and you buy tokens, and that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
these
tokens
are assets.
And they call them token. A token is a good word. It's a token of my appreciation, a token of my affection, a token of my love. Token is a good word. It's been used in a lot of different ways.
Sure.
So it means this is my imprint of something else.
Right.
That's what it means.
So we're buying the assets. We're not buying the stock, because the stock market's going to crash worse than 1929 is what we're hearing, because they don't have any assets left. We're buying them all. Everybody on Lobster is already going in, and there's lots there to buy, but we're buying them. And then through the 10 days, we hear that they're going to be educating everybody on the new system, which the old system is called the stock market. The new system, they really haven't come out with a name, but I just like to call it investment assets, because these are all asset backed, but you're buying the assets. So when the company goes down to the ground, let's just use, I'll just pick Toyota, because Toyota 4Runners are great and I happen to have one. When they restructure that new Toyota company, if they keep the name, and I'm assuming they will, because there's a lot of brand power there. And it doesn't mean that the whole company was bad. It was just the main people were bad. So they've now seized those assets, and they've come to basically tokenize them in the new Lobster. And those are each token refers to a piece of an asset. And that's the valuation of a forensic accountant coming up with the full value of that whole company. That means equipment, inventory, building, land, etc., whatever they own. And that's tokenized. You're allowed to go in and buy those assets. When the company is reformed, those tokens/assets will be needed, because legally they wouldn't be able to use them unless they're rolled back into whatever they want to call the new stock. If they want to call it tokens, that's fine with me. I don't care if they call it apples or tomatoes. The fact is, we, the buyers, are holding all the assets of that company. Therefore, they're going to roll those back into some value, because they have to be asset backed. Everything has to be asset backed.
And here's my question to that is a very simple one. A lot of these companies that you're listing, that you're describing now, are not in formal bankruptcy proceedings at all. And many of us that